those pass catchers. We had 3 receivers, a tight end, and a running back, and we ended up probably getting 70 plus, call it, plays on air there. And we tried to make it as similar to what we would do in practice as possible. We're calling a play, or I'm giving him the play. He's calling in the huddle. We're coming up. We got motions. We got it's first down, second down, third down. We're changing everything up. And so you talk about timing and rhythm, anticipation, being on the same page in the passing game. That's where there is no substitute for real live bullets. I get that. But at the same time, when you can accumulate 70 plus reps in a day, that's pretty good. That goes a long way in terms of where you want to go with the connection with the quarterback and his pass catchers.
CC, before you jump in on this, as an 11-year vet in the NFL, the man who won the Super Bowl, I want to just set some ground rules for Bears fans. Bears fans listening to us right now on ESPN 1000 in Chicago, and that are probably going to listen and call all day, Cap and J Hood and everybody on ESPN 1000, rules have been set. If we remember back when they hired Ben Johnson, Carmen and Yurko on ESPN 1000, former NFL player, had a great line, and we were on with them, and he talked about it. This is all Bears fans wanted. Every single Bears fan was dying for Ben Johnson. You're not allowed, he said, no complaining anymore. So if you want Caleb Williams playing in the preseason, go get another coach, right? You can't complain. You can complain. You're not a Bears fan. You're not anti-Bears. You're just not a Bears fan. Bears fans cannot complain if they didn't like that answer or why Caleb didn't play in a 24-24 tie with the Dolphins over the weekend where Tyson Bagent and Case Keenum and Austin Reed got the snaps. You are not allowed to complain. This is what you wanted. You were dying for this. That all said, do you have a problem with Caleb not playing?
Yeah, I got an issue with Caleb not playing, because it's a brand new offense with a new head coach, and you want as many opportunities in game action to see Caleb Williams operate the offense. You want to see him improve from year 1 to year 2 when it comes to playing within structure, seeing his ability to process pre-snap, knowing where to go with the football at the top of the drop, getting the ball to his playmakers. Those are all things that we said he needed to improve on. And first and foremost, cut down on the number of hits and sacks that he took. The guy got sacked 68 times last year. And a lot of that was on him because he held the ball too long. He didn't figure out what he could and couldn't do at this level as opposed to how he played in college. Again, there is no question about the physical talent of Caleb Williams. The question is the 6 inches between his ears, the sports character, but then also his ability to process information and deliver the football to the right receiver. That's what we want to see. His ability to be able to protect himself, to get himself out of harm's way. That's what we need to see. And to miss out on an opportunity in game action, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, I will acknowledge that a lot of coaches, when they have these preseason games and the joint practices leading up to it, prefer to have their starting quarterback only in the joint practices and not out there in game action, because in the joint practices, the quarterback is still not live. The opposing team can't hit my quarterback in those practices. Now, he can in the game, but not in the practices. So a lot of coaches would err on the side of caution in terms of protecting their guy, especially if it's an established quarterback. But Caleb Williams is not an established quarterback. Ben Johnson is not an established coach. So I completely disagree with the decision to not have him out there. And it's only going to put more pressure, more scrutiny on this head coach quarterback tandem as we continue to move through training camp.
Now, none of the starters obviously played here for them.
Starters played for the Dolphins.
Yep. I guess the question then becomes, is this one of these things that only matters if it matters? In other words, I don't remember who played in last year's preseason. I don't remember how much Jalen Hurts played, et cetera, et cetera. Is it different, though, because it's a new head coach? Is that like, okay, so like, or are they actually just saying, hey, Caleb is so much better and already the rhythm is down, that, and rhythm is good, I mean, that we don't want anybody to see it?
That's great. That could be the case.
I mean, I'm making that up. I don't know.
That could be the case. But friend of the show, Teron Armstead, all-pro tackle and former Miami Dolphins, was actually at the joint practices. And here's what he had to say about Caleb Williams. And I quote, Caleb's processing play in the quarterback position has to improve. and pretty fast, in my opinion. On a consistent basis, Caleb was not able to recognize where he was in danger. He wasn't feeling pressure. He wasn't feeling blitzes. He wasn't seeing the blitzes pre-snap. Dolphins defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver was able to send guys from different spots on the field, and a lot of those got home. A lot of those would have been sacks. What was the chief concern for Caleb Williams going from year 1 to year 2? Not getting hit as much. And it's still an issue. Now, I wasn't there. I didn't see the practices, but Teron Armstead was. And that dude knows ball. Played a decade in the NFL and did it at the highest of levels because he's an all-pro. And that's what his evaluation is. So you couple that with the excuse that Ben Johnson gave about why Caleb Williams didn't play in the preseason game against the Dolphins, and it doesn't feel great in terms of the progress that we were looking for Caleb Williams to make under his new head coach.
Is the thing that Ben Johnson said valuable? The 7-on-0, whatever he said, like the running the 70-plus plays with the quarterback and the running backs and the wideouts and tight ends, etc. Is that a valuable experience?
Yeah, walkthroughs are valuable. Any opportunity that you have the chance to get reps is valuable, but it's not more valuable than being in the game. You're walking through on air, or you could be walking through on the defense. Either way, it's not game tempo. It's not game speed. And here's the other thing that people need to know. Preseason speed is one thing. Regular season speed is another. The intensity, the pace, the physicality, it all picks up. So if you're not getting acclimated to that while operating a new offense, there's going to be a steep learning curve at the beginning of the season. And for a team that has lofty aspirations, that wants to get on the winning side of the ledger, but he's gone.
Okay.
He's gone. Yeah, I mean, listen, he leads the league with ejections. He's been tossed in 44 games. He's toast. He knows he is.
Do you think he has something else to do? I was thinking about that. You think he's like, I got a meeting, I got to get out of here? Like, my kids are doing
I don't want to be associated with this brand of baseball.
Do you think he, like,
maybe
tries
if I
to
get tossed, people will forget about me.
No, but it's like, hey, my kids are up to something. I have to go see my kids' recital or something. I'm have a conflict.
Listen, he got better things to do than to watch the Yankees try to run the bases.
Oh, my God.
It's like the bad news Bears out there.
Brewers are seemingly a team of destiny. Yeah. I don't want to throw cold water on this. Sorry, ESPN Milwaukee. But it is August.
Yeah.
Keeping that pace up is hard. And then the big dumper with 45 home runs. Cal Raleigh, unbelievable.
You know we got a problem, though, right?
Well, which one?
I mean, Pat Costello's Phillies are running away with the NL East.
Oh,
Costello can't have too many good things when it comes to his sports life.
Landon Dickinson, the offensive lineman, got hurt for the Eagles.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm not looking for him to get hurt, and I don't want him to get hurt. I'm just pointing.
Yeah, that's a big blow for the Eagles, but they are the reigning defending champs.
And
he was sitting upright in the cart. It's not the end of the world.
And Nuno, by the way, has not put Jackson Dart on the show sheet because he doesn't want to jinx it.
Yeah, I know that. But getting back to what Pat Costello just said, we have now gotten to the part where the player is riding in the cart matters in terms of how we gauge the severity of the injury.
I'm going to tell you where that stems from. That is your fault.
How is it my fault?
Because when Justin Fields got hurt in preseason, well, obviously in preseason, when in practice, we were all freaking out. Oh, boy. And you said, where is he sitting in the cart? We're like, what do you mean? And then you pointed out, well, depending on where you sit is depending on the injury. You think we would have known that? That's your fault. Cart watch is on you. It is. You can't even argue. You know you can't argue it. Am I right, guys? Vegas East. Isn't that where cart watch has now started?
100%. As soon as I saw Landon Dickerson sitting there, I was like, oh, Canty's going to say he's fine.
Because of what? Because of Justin Fields.
Wait, hold on. So Canty, because I wasn't here that day. So
it was a great show.
So Canty said that? So Canty said that day?
Yes.
Okay, because it's funny, because I've seen someone who Canty's friends with, also a media member, try to take that and make it his own thing, talking about how the media at training camps, at practice, have to be more cognizant of how they talk about it. Is he carted off? Is he like that type of thing?
Who said that?
I don't know what you're
your boy
talking
Nick
about.
Wright.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's all right.
Great ad on Nuno.